Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to our YouTube Live Trending Thursday. My name is Glenn Tompkins, Senior Instructor here at VectorVest. It's my pleasure to be here. I'm full now because me and Joey just had some Chick-fil-A, so if I sound full, it's because Joey made me do it. By the way, Joey is my producer. Say hi, Joey.
Hi, Joey.
Yeah, he sounds full too, doesn't he? Yeah, we had some good Chick-fil-A for lunch today. I took Joey out because Joey is my guy. For those of you who are brand new, welcome. From all my regular people, let me know you can hear me. Type of VV Nation in the room. Type of VV Nation in the room. Steve is typing mug. Should I give away a mug today? I'm actually want to give away a mug and a subscription. Can I do that? All right, fine. I think I'm going to do that. I think at some point in time today, I'm going to give away both a mug and a free subscription to a trial of the VectorVest software. Don't type Jack Bone Diddley in the. Don't type nothing yet. Don't type nothing yet. Don't take it away. I just want to make sure they're not typing anything. Don't type anything yet. But I think I'm going to give away a free trial, a free 30-day trial. And I'm going to give away a free mug today. I think I'm going to do them both. So with that, again, I can see that everyone can hear me, and I'm going to do a couple of other things as well along the way because I want to push a couple of things today. So with that, I know we're just 1 minute into getting started, so I want to jump hot and heavy. I got a lot to cover this week. For anybody who's new and this is a place you're just looking for a stock buy or stock pick just to go buy, this ain't the place. All right. This session here is about utilizing the VectorVest software to help you to make better decisions in the market. We offer a system of knowing when to buy, what to buy, when to sell. And that's what we're going to accentuate in these sessions. So we're going to start off with the when to buy, starting with market timing. So from a market timing perspective, we're going to start from our homepage of the VectorVest software. This is the homepage, and from here, you're going to glean a lot of information. For those of you right now who are saying, well, I own stocks, what should I do? Should I sell some of my stocks that I own that I've made money in? Should I start thinking about selling short? First thing I'm going to do is tell everybody to just calm down for a second, all right? Market timing is key. And yes, we do time the market. From that perspective, we're going to start to help you with your when to buy. Is this the right time to buy in the market? And this homepage is going to start off with giving you that kind of information. I also want to touch base to let you know that this is podcastable. If you're not here to watch live, you can always go to wherever your favorite place to find podcasts, search for Trending Thursday, and you will get what I'm doing now live as a podcast. So if you're out and about, that's a great way to listen. We'd love for you to do that, all right? So this is podcastable. As I look at the homepage, I can see that all of the major indices are up today. Well, that's interesting. It was down yesterday, it was up the day before, and it was down the day before. What's the market doing? Well, the market's doing a lot of bit of sideways mumbo with a lot of bearish feel. So today the market is up. Always keep in mind, one day doesn't make a trend. Market's up today. It was down big yesterday. So what do you do with this information? Well, let's move over to our color guard here on the homepage as well. And I try to teach people to use this color guard just like you would a traffic light. The color guard tracks 3 of our market timing indicators. Price, which is the price movement of our VectorVest Composite. Our VectorVest Composite is an indexed arithmetic average of all of the stocks that we track. Currently, the VectorVest software tracks 8,337 stocks. The VectorVest Composite is an indexed average of all of those stocks. Currently, today, on September 24th, it's trading at a price of $48.58. The next indicator tracked in the color guard is RT, or relative timing. This is one of VectorVest's core proprietary indicators. RT looks at the short-term price trend of the market. It is cast on a scale between 0 and 2. Above 1, the market's in an uptrend. Below 1, as it is right now at 0.86, the market's in a downtrend. The further below 1 it is, the faster in a downtrend it is. And then we have the BSR, the buy to sell ratio. In our database, all of our stocks get a buy a hold or a sell recommendation every day. We look at the specific relationship of buy recommendations in the software divided by the sells. Notice that if the market's current condition, even with the day up today, we have 2,619 sell recommendations in the software while only maintaining 474 buys. The market is showing signs of weakness. I always want you guys to understand that one day doesn't make a trend, and you don't go around and just jump back and forth unless you are a trader. Many of the people that are in our database tend to be more prudent investors, a little bit longer term, not super short term, somewhere nicely in the middle. But if I'm looking at things like the color guard and we track the movements of these indicators on both a week over week and day over day basis to assign colors to the tile. Well, if I'm looking at the last 6 trading days of the market, what's the main color you see? Yellow. For anybody who's getting nervous, well, this is a time, if you haven't already, to tighten your stops. But wait, there's more information that can be gleaned from this color guard. Remember, I told you this indicator RT tells you when the market is now in a downtrend? How about when the RT factor went below the value of 1? Was that a good time to start tightening your stops? The answer to that is yes, because at that point, the market's in a downtrend. Well, how about that buy to sell ratio, the indicator that looks at the strength or weakness of the market? When that buy to sell ratio went below the value of 1, was that a good opportunity to start tightening your stops? The answer to that is yes, absolutely. Well, how about the underlying trend in the market, or the MTI going below the value of 1? Was that a good opportunity to start tightening your stops? Yes. Last but not least, we track 2 trends of the market for you every day in the trend column. The first 2 letters looks at what we call the primary wave, or week over week movement of the VectorVest Composite. Today it's down because the price last week was at 50.18. This week it's at 48.58. It's lower on a week over week basis, and it's higher than it was a day ago. That's why there's a yellow light. But when that first indicator first went down, was that a good opportunity to tighten your stops? Absolutely. So for those people who are not subscribers to the software, all right, specifically for you, the VectorVest software goes beyond just giving you stocks to buy. It is all incorporated in a trading system. So if I need to know when to buy or when to sell, I can use the power of the software to help me, 1, know when it's time to get into the market, 2, know when it's time to get out of the market, 3, know how to manage my trades by tightening stops. This information is all here on the home page. So with that, Joey's going to type a link in the page. For those of you who are interested, in getting this kind of ongoing power on an ongoing basis, we have a trial, 99 cents for 30 days. 99 cents for 30 days, and it's more than just getting stock picks. And I think that investing in the market should go more beyond just coming to a website or coming to a webcast to just get stock picks. We are in this whole market for more than just stock picks. All right, so if you're interested, there's a link. Click that link so that we know that if you do take the trial, that you're taking it from the YouTube channel. That way we can track that. If you're interested, it's there. All right, so as I look at the color guard, I see there's a lot more yellow, but I feel that there's more of a bearish tinge to it. I now know how to better manage my positions. If I'm in some stocks, utilizing the VectorVest software, looking at that indicator of RT on an individual stock, I know that that stock is in a downtrend. That might be a good opportunity or a good point to say, if I've got profits in it, take it. If I've got some losses in it, mitigate the losses. Don't let your losers run away. That's where we get in trouble, when we start letting the losers run away. All right, so from here, I'm going to go out to what news could be affecting the market at this time. Say again? All right, so Joey's helping me out here. What did you do? Just click. All right, so I didn't know. All right, Joey's got a new thing going on. I'm just trying to who the heck is this guy? Just tell him to stop talking. Anyway, so main news right now is that Powell, the Fed Chair Powell, has been testifying in front of a House committee about what's going on What is the Fed doing in regards to COVID-19? And that's the only story that I have today in regards to the market. Powell warns that the recovery is highly uncertain and argues for more aid. So he's testifying before a House committee to let them know, folks, we're doing all that we can as the Fed to keep the economy going. But we need more stimulus. And the House and the Senate are going back and forth in deciding what the next package of stimulus is going to be. And, you know me, I don't want to talk about politics, so I won't. But the Federal Reserve Chair, Jerome Powell, said the U.S. economy has a long way to go before fully recovering from the coronavirus pandemic and will need further support. The path forward will depend on keeping the virus under control. All right, we're going to talk about that today with Operation Warp Speed, and on policy actions taken on all levels of government. And he told the House Financial Services Committee on Tuesday, while recovery is underway, both employment and the overall economic activity, however, remain well below pre-pandemic levels. Well, that makes sense. Pandemic hits, the market gets hit, the market is trying to get into recovery. So we're trying to open up restaurants, we're trying to open up businesses to get them back going. We're trying to open up schools to get kids going back to school. Joey, did your kids go back to school yet?
Not yet. November 2nd.
November 2nd here in North Carolina for Joey's kids. Joey, how many kids you have?
3.
13?
Yeah.
13? No, he's got 3 kids. I'm Uncle Glenn to his kids. Actually, he was FaceTiming me the other day, Teamsing me, and I saw his youngest, and she just looked at me as, oh my God, who is this guy? I said, I'm Uncle Glenn. She was like, oh my God, who is this guy? That's what she was like, really much, right? She was like, but that's all good and plenty. All right, so keeping in mind that the pandemic hit, the economy got hit, the Fed is saying that we're trying to do everything we can on our side, and he's pushing Congress to do a little bit more. All right, that's the only story that I have for the market today, and I think that that's more important than anything else that can come out of what's going on in the market is what's going on between the Fed and Congress. So let's go open up the software. We're going to go to our watch list viewer. YouTube trending Thursday. Let's go find 924. Here's our stocks that we'll be looking at today. But the first 2 that we always look at is for the stock market. Now, for those of you who are subscribers to the VectorVest software, you know what we use for timing the market, which is the VVC. For those of you who are still not subscribers, for 99 cents you can be, but for those of you who are still not subscribers to the software, I use the spiders, the SPY, as a way to track what's going on in the market. So I got the 2 of them highlighted in my watch list. I'm going to simply right-click, and I'm going to view the stock graph. Let's pull them up. So let's go see what's going on in the market. And this is going to be a good guide to help you as to what to do right now. Now, you'll notice that I'm going to take off this moving average. Here is the VectorVest Composite, the indexed arithmetic average of over 8,300 stocks. This is why we feel it's a better move or a better view of the whole market. We had a high in the market, and that happened on 9/11, I believe, or 9/2. 9/2 as the market was going up. I drew a beautiful trend line. As long as the market or the VVC could stay above that, that was a great time to be in the market. Where are we now? Well, we broke below that upward trend, big down day that happened on 9/3. Since then, I'm going to draw another line, a freehand line connecting the highs from that high. Where are we right now? We're in a downtrend looking at the VectorVest Composite. So for those of you who are wondering what to do now, well, understand that the market is trending down off of that high. All right, here's a high, boom, bounced off of it. And since then, we haven't been able to break out of that downtrend. Where are we? We are at a level of support, though. All right, let me put that over. We are at a level of support. What is that? That is the prior day's close. Let's take that off. Let's go put on support and resistance. There we go. Let's change that. Change the settings. It is on 100 bars. Okay. Here's our last level of resistance. I'm going to eyeball a good level of support right about here or so. Look at that. That was a great level of former resistance as the market pulled back, finally broke through. What's that value at? About 48.62. That's the eyeball. All right. Yesterday, we broke through that level of support. We've got another level of support sitting at about $40.68 to the downside. So does the market have some downside? Yes, it does. But with today's activity, we're trying to do a little bit of a rebound. How do I know if it's okay to start getting back into the market? Let's see if the market, or the VVC in this case, can break out of that downtrend. If that happens, that gives you a good feeling that the market could possibly be moving higher. But as of right now, this is a good time to stay still. If you're still in stocks, you should have your stocks tight. You should have your stops tightened to slowly get out as the market was moving down. Let's move this over to the SPY. All right, same kind of scenario. Nice little level of resistance right here, sitting at about 326.90 on the spiders. We broke through it yesterday, and a little bit of a rebound today, not breaking back above. If I go draw that horizontal, freehand line again, and this is on the S&P 500, folks. All right, there's the downtrend on the S&P. All right, so if I sit back and I still say, am I ready to pull the trigger up? Not yet. Am I ready to still play the market to the downside? I say, as long as the market, whether it be the spiders or the VVC, stay below this downtrend, and this is an easy way. This is an easy way to just visually see what's going on in the market. As long as price stays below that trend line, you're okay to play the market to the downside. But the market's going to have this little wick-wack-acity. Wick-wack-acity. You like that? I like that. Wick-wack-acity. Yeah, I know. That's a little different. But as long as the market stays below that trend line, whether it's the spiders or the VVC, be careful. All right, the market still got more of a downward feel. RT on the S&P 500 is still below 1 currently. The market's got more of a bearish feel. I'm going to show you one other thing, power behind having a trading system. Let's go put on something known as the buy to sell ratio. Where's that? I got to do it on the market timing graph. But we have an indicator called the BSR. When it gets to a level of about 0.20, the market is starting to look for a bottom. So I will tell you that based on that indicator right now, we're at a point where we're starting to look for a bottom. Keywords there, look for a bottom. All right, so that's all I've got on the market. If you need to know what to do right now, let your stops get stopped out. You're waiting to understand whether or not if the market's going to move back up. If you want to play the market to the downside in short stocks, I'm saying that you still should be good with that as long as the market stays in a downtrend. That's a really good visual way to go. So your when to buy right now is not the right time to buy. Can you play the market to the downside? You can, but understand that we have an indicator that tells us the market is starting to look for a bottom. My best guidance: sit still, let the market come to you. That's probably the best guidance that I can give to you right now, is sit still, let the market come to you, but wait for your buying opportunity. All right, with that, Joey, let me ask, does anybody have any questions when it comes to looking at what to do from a market timing perspective? All right, as Joey is going to give me my chat so I can see it, I will answer those questions, but this is not a time to panic. All right, let the market come to you. I tell you that all the time. Don't try to outguess with the market. Well, I think the market's going to go up tomorrow. Well, what if it doesn't? I think the market's going to go down tomorrow. What if it doesn't? Let the market come to you. All right, does anybody have any questions? And I'm going to tell everybody, don't spam. Hang time. Don't spam. All right, I'll give you an opportunity, my friend. I got you, and I thank you for supporting the channel. But I want other people to type as well. Thank you for ensuring my question, but I would like to know if the overall information as what is displayed on the home page for this presentation available for the Canadian market. Absolutely. Everything that I'm showing here on the home page in the U.S. market is what you can see, whether you're in the Canadian market, the EU market, the UK market, Singapore. That homepage is laid out the same way. The homepage is laid out the same way. All right. PPSI. Again, folks, don't type in stocks yet. Don't type in stocks yet. I will give you an opportunity to take a look. Kobe says, when would when we should sell our contra ETFs. Oh, so now understand that contra ETFs, especially if they're triple leverage contra ETFs on a day like today, will hurt you. All right, so when you sell them when they hit their stop criteria. Maybe you give them a trailing 7% stop. All right, Colby, if you give them a trailing 7% stop, let them be until they hit your stops. But as quickly as those can move up, as quickly as they can move down, be careful. Those are trading mechanisms when it comes down to contra ETFs. Triple leverage are a good way from a trading perspective. I sold both my positions in SDOW and SRTY a bit ago. That wasn't a bad decision, Steve, especially knowing that I know that SRTY is a triple leverage. I'm okay with that. Excellent guidance, Glenn. Thank you, Raphael. One more. I do not see the page on the real-time basis for the Canadian market, today's data. Do you have real-time for Canada? You got to Philip, do you have real time for Canada? All right. And again, folks, don't type in stocks. Don't type in stocks for me to look at right now. I'm not going to do that yet. All right. So if those are all of the questions, what stock would you buy as a long-term investment? Washington, I'm going to talk about that today. I've got 2 stocks that I would consider from a long-term perspective. And I'm going to show you a way to find long-term plays. All right, I'm going to show you how to find long-term plays if I have the time today, Washington. All right, Joey, take my chat away. All right, Joey, take my chat away. Let's move to our next story. All right, thank you for the questions. I'm going to close out of this graph. Dude, thank you for the questions. And I'm going to get ready for the next story. All right, the next story is, did I do that the wrong way? I thought that was going to do something. No, you're good. All right, so we'll do it this way. Oh, I'm already here. My next story is going to be on coronavirus. Coronavirus is still hot and heavy. Operation Warp Speed in full effect. Everything is pushing towards getting some kind of a vaccine for the coronavirus. Totally understand that. But I've got a story here that says, how and when will we know that a COVID-19 vaccine is safe and effective? I understand that the FDA was put into place, the Federal Drug Administration was put into place to help make sure that when drugs go out to market, that they've gone through rigorous testing to make sure that they're good and safe. Notice that with Operation Warp Speed, a lot of what the FDA has put into place has been sidetracked a little bit. All right. So, now that I say boo, but you know something, I know that we are looking very hot and heavy for a vaccine. So I say boo, but I do understand why we're going through it. So what is the status of the COVID-19s in human clinical trials? Have you guys, and type in the room, have you guys been seeing or hearing ads on radio and TV about people going to support the trials so that we can help get a vaccine out? Just type a yes or a no in the room. It's out there. Phase 3 studies are underway. And this is probably the fastest that I've ever seen phase 3 studies get underway. But for Moderna, that's a stock that I've been hot and heavy on. For Moderna, BNTX, and for Pfizer, 3 companies that are here are in phase 3 studies. I talked about 7 stocks last week. Hopefully you watched the presentation last week. 7 stocks that are really advancing into getting a vaccine for COVID-19. But here's 3 that are in phase 3 right now. And then, each of these vaccine uses the SARS-CoV-2 spike glycoprotein. Man, is it glycoprotein? Whatever. Which the virus uses to infect cells to trigger the immune system to generate protective antibodies and a cellular immune response to the virus. Protective antibodies act by preventing the spike of glycoprotein from attaching the virus to human cells, thereby neutralizing the SARS-CoV-2 virus cases in COVID-19. Now, I've got a legitimate concern. I understand why we're pushing to get a vaccine. But we start and we put it out to market, you won't know for 5 or 10 years what the full effects, adverse effects are of these drugs. Now, I'm not trying to say this to scare you. I'm just bringing it to the forefront because somebody's got to talk about it. Somebody's got to put that out there. I know what we're doing and I know it's for the right reasons. But we all know that drugs that go out to market, a lot of times we don't know the full effects until several years after the fact. So I'm just putting that out there just as a concern. Nothing more, nothing less. Not that my opinion is going to change anything. I doubt it very seriously. But that is the elephant in the room. Oh, man, Joey, did you take elephant off? Did we take off elephant? We did, didn't we?
I think so.
But that's all right. What else do I have? I do have this.
Really?
Yeah, I like that. Told you we're going to find a place for that. So just keep that in mind. Moderna's nucleic and acid vaccine, the messenger for RNA. I've got the story. The story talks about what have early phase 1 and phase 2s shown in humans. Overall, vaccines have triggered a more potent neutralizing antibody response than even that seen in patients recovering from COVID-19. So that's a good thing, right? This has also been the case for Moderna's vaccine currently in phase 3 trials and for vaccines from CanSino Biologics of Oxford and AstraZeneca. I'm telling you, these three companies, specifically Moderna, AstraZeneca, Johnson & Johnson, and Pfizer, those are definitely stocks to keep your eyes on for COVID. All right. What side effects have been seen? Physicians have recorded mild to moderate reactions when the subjects were observed up to 28 days after the vaccine. All right. So maybe that's putting some of my concerns to rest. What did I say, though? It's going to take years before we find out the full effects of these vaccines. But I think they are needed because we don't want the people who are dying from it. Same thing with the flu, right? We get a flu shot. We get a pneumonia shot. What is that? We get a pneumonia shot. We get a pneumonia shot. We get a flu shot. And I think that as time goes along, we're going to get a pneumonia, a flu, and a COVID-19 shot to go along to protect us, all right? So that's one stock in my Corona space. Clorox. Now, this is big. Clorox, a lot of people are using Clorox to disinfect stuff. I got Clorox screens. There, you see those right there, Joey? Mm-hmm. I got Clorox microfiber cans, and I clean off my desk and all of that stuff. Huh? Wipes. You know, and that's somebody in Washington, you asked me for a good long-term stock, this is one. This is one. It will be around, and this is actually really rock and rolling due to what's going on with the COVID-19. And guess what? It declares a dividend, declares $1.11. That's another reason. Washington, if you're here, tell me that you see this. This is one of a good stock that you want to have long term. And now that it declared a $1.11 dividend, it makes it more attractive to investors. Johnson & Johnson kicks off phase 3 COVID-19 vaccine trial. There's another one. All right, Johnson & Johnson is another company. Shares were up 2.3% Wednesday. That was yesterday, pre-market trading after the healthcare company announced that it's kicking off a large-scale, pivotal, multi-country, not multi-county, excuse me, but multi-country phase 3 trial of its COVID-19 J&J in that long number. All right, so that's another company in this space to look at. Another one, this is an intranasal COVID-19, and this is another company, MediciNova. That's what I said, MediciNova. It sounds like MediciNova, some men may call me. Well, what is that? That's Mona Lisa. So I just took Mona Lisa and made it into MediciNova. But it was up 28%. Now, I'm going to tell you that a lot of these COVID stocks will be trades because something comes out about it and it's good, and then something else, and then once it's good, what tends to happen? Profit taking. All right, so some of these trades, some of these coronavirus stocks are trades, and I'm going to show you that more when I analyze some of these stocks. But it went up, that was on Wednesday, on a robust volume, encouraging preclinical data. All right, results from a mouse study show that the vaccine induced high titers. I learned from my wife, that's the right way to say that. Titers of serum IgG and mucosal. I hate that they use all these, but I don't want to use it. Anyway, it's good. All right, that's all you need to know. It's good data. But understand when a stock like this in that space jumps up 28%, a lot of times you're going to have profit taken the next day. And so those are my stories on coronavirus. All right, let me go take a look at these in my watch list. Let's see where they sit. There's Johnson & Johnson is the number one as far as my story is concerned by our master indicator, VST, sitting at 1.11, which is the overall looking at relative value, relative safety, and relative timing. Clorox is in this list. Clorox, again, Washington, we're going to take a look at that. There's Pfizer, there's Moderna, there's BNTX and MNOV. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 stocks in this space. Let's analyze them real quick. Johnson & Johnson, undervalued. We give a value for every stock in our database every day. It's what we feel the stock is currently worth. Johnson is trading at 145 at a value of 176, currently undervalued. Beautiful. Clorox, on the other hand, up. Is trading at 214 with a value of 143. This stock is over its value. Doesn't make it a bad stock, just means that people are willing to pay a premium. They own the stock. Pfizer's trading at 35, value of 33. The stock is considered to be fairly valued. Look at Moderna. This is my hot stock. Moderna is trading at 65 with a value of 23. This is more of a trade. All right, this stock is overvalued, and I'll show you more information why this is a trade. BioNTech 63 with a value of 630, way overvalued, also a trade. And MediciNova 469, value of 148, also a trade. Now, let me tell you why I think those stocks are trades. Here's our other indicators: relative value, relative safety, relative timing, our master indicator VST, and an indicator that tells me the stock's ability to withstand long and lengthy price declines. All right, keeping all of that in mind, this is more than just giving you a stock to invest in. This becomes more of a trading system, knowing when to buy, what to buy, and when to sell. Let's talk about what to buy in regards to these stocks. Relative value, the stock's long-term upside potential as compared to a AAA corporate bond. Should this stock, over the next 1 year, can this stock outperform a AAA corporate bond? With relative value above 1, the stock should outperform that safer investment of a AAA corporate bond, stock that I would not mind owning long term. Johnson & Johnson is one of them. Relative value at 1.16, above 1. Clorox is one of them. Relative value at 1.03. Now, Pfizer, fairly valued, but the upside potential is not there at this time. So Pfizer, even though it's fairly valued, not sure I want to hold this long term. When I go down and I look at Moderna, clearly over its value, relative value at 0.98. Very close, but not close enough. It's not above 1. BioNTech, look how low the relative value is on it, 0.08. This is strictly a trade. So now it's not only about what to buy, but knowing what the stock type is. This is strictly a trade, and you know that if you buy it, you make your money, you get out of it. MediciNova with a relative value of 0.44, also way below 1. This is strictly a trade. Let's look at another indicator, relative safety. The stock's ability, predictability, and consistency of financial performance. Do these companies meet or exceed their earnings expectations quarter over quarter, year over year? 1.29. Johnson is a good, safe company. Clorox, 1.15. Clorox is a good, safe company. Pfizer, not nearly as safe. Looking at Moderna, no. BioNTech, no. MediciNova, no. These indicators help you to make better decisions, not just news driving the stock, but information that you can, useful information to make better decisions. You got to know what to buy. Is the stock in an uptrend? Johnson & Johnson right now, relative timing below 1. Stock's not in an uptrend. It's fundamentally sound, but not going up right now. So what do you do with Johnson & Johnson? You wait for a better buying opportunity. You know that long term you don't want, you're okay to hold it, and you know that it's a safe stock. It's just going down in price right now. Clorox, also, same kind of scenario. The fundamentals, RV and RS, are good. Relative timing at 0.96. Stock is considered to be in a downtrend. And all of the other 4 stocks that I said were trades, with the exception of Pfizer. MRNA, BNTX, MNOV are trades. Look at these stocks. No fundamentals behind them. RT below 1. No fundamentals, RT below 1. No fundamentals, RT below 1. No fundamentals, RT below 1. Now that these stocks continue to make the news, just because they make the news doesn't mean it's the right time to buy. Those 3 stocks right here are strictly trades. Everybody in the room, let me know that you understand what I just said. Everybody in the room, let me know that you understand what I just said. There are opportunities to make money in these stocks. Some, like Johnson and Clorox, I don't mind owning for a little bit longer of a time. But Moderna, BNTX, and MNOV are more likely to be trades. Do you guys understand that? And that's important because for anybody who's willing to move from the sidelines and take a trial to the software, this is where the value add comes into place. This is where we go beyond just saying, hey, here's a stock, go buy it. You get that information from your news, from your emails, all that stuff. We go above and beyond that, and 99 cents is well worth this kind of information. All right, so that's all important. Now, let's go take a look at these graphs real quick. Right-click, view the stock graph. Let's go see. So Johnson & Johnson, this goes to Washington. Johnson & Johnson right now, Washington, bouncing off a level of support, I'd wait. Bouncing off a level of support, I'd wait. Let's go look at Clorox. Johnson, Washington, here we go. I like Clorox long-term. I'll put this on a one-year. Look at that, Washington. That's a beautiful looking equity curve over the last year. What do you do when the stock gets hit like this, but you still want to hold it long-term? You know why? Because look at earnings. Look at the earnings on that stock. This is a good long-term stock that I wouldn't mind holding. But when this happens, this is where options come into play. This is where options come into play. Learning to put some protective measures on a stock that you're trying to hold long term, that's important. Am I thinking about getting a Clorox now? Oh, the stock is coming out of the downtrend. I can put a 20-day exponential moving average on the stock, and I'd wait for the stock to break above that 20-day before I take advantage of it. But Clorox is a stock that I don't mind owning long-term. Put this back on the 3-month graph. Pfizer currently below it at 20-day moving average. Love the earnings on it. Again, this is another stock that I would wait for a good opportunity, wait for a better buying opportunity. Remember, MRNA, more of a trade. I trade it up when it's going up. When it's not, right now the stock is below the 20-day exponential moving average. I wouldn't have it right now. BNTX, I wouldn't have it right now. Currently below. Let's make that line a little darker. Change the style so that you can see it a little bit more. Yeah, right now the stock is below. Remember, this is trade. As long as the stock is above something like a 20-day exponential, I'd get it. If it's below, I'm not. Same thing with MNOV. This is really an erratic stock right here, but it's in the news. All right. Does anybody have any questions on those stocks? All right, thiodomide removed for pregnant mothers was used to control nausea. Still used for other indications today, though. All right, Steve. Job says, boy, did I get bypassed on KLDO when jumped my 8 point. Stop putting stocks in yet. I told you, don't put them in yet. I'm not ready to do that. Any advice for the beginner in options trading? We do have a course called the Options Jumpstarter course. Once you become a subscriber that you can take, it will definitely talk to you about the basics of option, buying calls and buying puts. One last question. CBAT was 195. Joff, CBAT. What's the matter, Joey?
Read this thing.
What thing? Oh, okay. So I talked to you about the podcast. All right. I talked to you about the podcast. We do have a mobile app. If you like everything that we're talking about in the software, we do have a mobile app that you can take advantage of. I don't know who's texting me and stuff. Somebody tagged me in a post. Anyway, we do have a mobile app that you can take advantage of. We have some content here on YouTube about the mobile app. And not talking about the mobile app, if you want to follow me on social media, you can always follow me here on YouTube. Or if you type in the room, Joey, at Glenn Tompkins Jr., you can use that to follow me on either Twitter or Instagram. The course, I believe, is about a 4-week course. I believe it's a 4-week course on learning how to trade options, pretty much. All right? So with that, David, why did you make the sad face? What did David say something? Did I miss? All right. So with that, let's get into my next story. My next story is going to be on the EVs. All right, we're looking at clean energy. You guys know that clean energy has been on my radar for 3 months. How many of you have had an opportunity to make some money off some of the clean energy stocks? I utilized this system, the VectorVest software, to help me to find that clean energy was on the rise about 3 months ago. And every week it seems like I've got more stocks jumping up in that clean energy space, especially stocks pertaining to electric vehicles. All right. So let's talk about one of those. Nikola saga hits 3 speculative areas at once. SPACs, which is acquisition companies. I read up on that. I'm still not fully understanding what the SPAC is, but it's companies that pick up other companies in lieu of them having an IPO or something like that. I'm still learning more about it. Once I've got a full understanding of it, I'll bring back to you. Robinhood traders and electric vehicles. All right. In recent months, 3 stories have captivated Wall Street. SPACs. All right, again, I'm going to learn more about that. Electric vehicle companies and the rise of retail traders in Robinhood. All right, the outsized success of the first 2 are well as novice investors entering in the market in record numbers has led some investors to claim this is an indication of fraud. Nikola was, a lot of people are saying that Nikola is going to be the next Tesla. All right, but it looks like it's going through its own growing pains with whatever went on between GM and Nikola, GM picking up some shares in there and all that kind of stuff. So it's going through its stuff. Nikola bulls may be entering a white knuckle period after Milton's resignation. So it's going through some stuff. I love that truck. It looks like a transformer truck. That's a Nikola electric truck, which is kind of cool looking, isn't it? All right, so there's a whole lot of turmoil going on behind it, but let's go see if it's going to have the wherewithal to survive through all of this. How many of you saw this stock yesterday go up about 3,000%? Type a yes in the room. SPY Energy skyrockets after launching EV subsidiary. A lot of companies know that this is going to be the wave of the future, and everybody and their mama is getting involved in EV now. So SPY Energy gets and launches its own electrical vehicle subsidiary, launched its wholly owned subsidiary of Edison Future for designing and developing electric vehicles and EV charging solutions. I'm telling you, there's another stock to keep your eye on, a BLNK, Blink, because all of these electric vehicles are going to need a place to charge their cars, right? BLNK is a stock to keep your eye on, all right? Based in Silicon Valley, California, Edison Future complements the company's current suite of PV solutions, including solar and battery storage. Ta-da! All of that is clean energy. All right, and now they launched off on a subsidiary of electric cars. Globally, sales of EVs peaked at 2.1 million in 2019, exceeding record sales in 2018. With that being said, that's why companies like Nikola are really rocking and rolling. We talked about a new company that IPO'd last week as well in this space. There's a lot going on, and I'm trying to keep you on top of some of these companies. Now, this company, even though it just launched, right, was up 3,000% yesterday, and now, September 23rd, it's going to be a lot of profit taking on that. So what would I do? I would wait for a better buying opportunity. And then Tesla down 8% as network outage, battery day reveals, and tariff stuff. So I'm going to come back to Tesla. All right, that's probably a story that I want to do a little later. That should be after. Yeah, I'm going to come back to Tesla. I'll just move it somewhere down here. I'm going to come back to Tesla. What else is here? There we go. There's another Tesla story. I'm going to say a little bit about it, but they said they're going to build a $25,000 self-driving car within 3 years. Man, hey, Joey, you going to buy a self-driving car?
I need one.
What you need one for? You don't want to drive? I don't know. I'm curious to know how many of you out there are down with a self-driving car. Whoo! So, you know something? We're getting closer and closer to the Jetsons, right?
That sounds right.
How about you could do a televisit over your computer? How about I can talk into my watch? The electric cars. We got electric ramps when you go to the airport. You got the electric. Man, we are looking more and more like the Jetsons. Now, all I'm waiting for is the car that turns into a briefcase. And so I can walk and put it on my desk, but we are getting more and more Jetson-like. But it's 25,000 self-driving car within 3 years. That's a really good price, but that's an aggressive play. Yeah. That's an aggressive. Can they really do that? All right, can they really do that? And I'll come back to, I'll come back to that one. All right, so those are my stocks for clean energy this week. All right, let's get into my watch list. Let's pull them up. What's the best stock in my list by our master indicator, VST? Tesla. What's the second best in my list by our master indicator? SPY. And we had another stock in clean energy, BYDDF, NEO. Here's another one, GWLLF. These are other stocks that made the news. Spider's already in there. Nikola is already, there's Nikola. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's my 6 stocks for green energy. Interesting that the top 3 in my list today have the best VSTs. Tesla, way over its value. Good upside potential at 124 on RV. Good safety at 1.3, and the stock's in an uptrend. Tesla looks like one of the best stocks to be into overall out of these stocks. SPY, $13.80 with a value of 37 cents. This is a trade. Why? Upside potential at 0.01. This stock's got nil as far as upside potential. Is it a safe stock below 1? No. The only thing helping it right now is the stock's in an uptrend. Look at this earnings growth. They have negative earnings and grow it at a negative number. All right, this is strictly a trade. If you were lucky to be in it yesterday, that's great. If you're not in it, I'm not going to tell you to get in it. It's a very speculative play. BYDDF, $13.65 with a value of $2.39, overvalued. Upside potential, not there. Interesting, though, that this stock has a relative safety above 1. Interesting, all right? It does meet or exceed its earnings expectations. It's going up in price. That's interesting. NEO, stock that we've talked about more than one occasion here, trading at 18 with a value of 142. Upside potential, not there. RV is at 0.22, relative safety at 0.79. Safety is not there. What's helping it? 1.72 on RT, stocks in an uptrend. So I can clearly start to go through stocks utilizing the VectorVest software to help me with my when to buy, which is part of your trading system, right? Some of these stocks are trades, and as long as you buy them knowing that they're trades, you'll know not to fall in love with them. Washington, these are not stocks that I want to hold long-term, with the exception of probably Tesla. And here I've got a stock that's got a relative value above 1.24 or at 1.24. So Washington, this is a stock that I don't mind owning long-term in this space. All right, let me see. Does anybody have any questions on my clean energy story? Anybody have any questions on my clean energy stories? Let's go take a look. Why? Go take a sip of water. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Especially if you're new, you like the comments here, or you like the content. Please subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe to the channel. Michael says made money on TSX. Well, Joey, you have to go through all of those doors to get in and out of the office.
I told him I wanted a shoe phone.
You wanted a shoe. Wow. Dun, 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 dun. I used to love Get Smart. What do you see as a signal for your trade? So, S. Brennan, if I'm going to look at any of these stocks, if I right-click, view the stock graph, if I'm going to look at any of these stocks, what am I looking for? Put on a 3-month graph. I've got moving averages on every stock. Notice that Tesla, when it fell below that moving average, and in this case it was a 20-day exponential moving average, it fell, found a level of support, and bounced back up. Good entry point right here would have been when the stock's price goes above my 20-day exponential moving average. Boom. When's a good opportunity to get out? When it goes back below. Let's go take a look. Not SPY. That was just a freak of a nature trade. BYDFF, electrical equipment, a lot of gapiosity on here, but currently above the 20-day moving average. I like when a stock first moves above that 20-day moving average. And then I will use that 20-day moving average as a way to get out. And look at that. I'd still be making money right now on that stock. So that's a good question. That's the question I'm answering. What about that one? Was there any indication in the VVC that SPI and Sunworks were going to shoot up like they did? No. And if I go look at SPY, nothing. Look at that. That's a 3-month graph. That's a 1-month graph. That was strictly news driven. That was strict. I had nothing that told me it was getting ready to do that at all, Henry. All right. That was all news driven. I had nothing. Look at all that give back. Look at all that profit taking. That's a lot of profit taking. The stock opened at 354 and went up as high as 46. That's all profit taking. I got nothing that tells me that it was ready to rock and roll. All right. Any other questions before I move on to my next story? I'm late. Should have bought earlier. Marriage to Tesla. Don't get married to Tesla. Don't be doing that. No, sirree, Bob. All right. Joey's going to take, you got it, S. Brennan. Joey's going to take my chat away as I go into my next story. All right. My next story is going to be my stocks of interest. I always like stocks of interest. All right. My stocks of interest. Now, this was about Powell's planetary. This is specifically about an IPO. You guys have been asking me about IPO, so I'm trying to put at least one IPO into Trending Thursdays as much as I can. All right. Another highly anticipated IPO. This is something to keep your eyes on, folks. Peter Thiel's Palantir. What is it? Palantir Technologies is finally planning its debut. Did I say debut? Debut via a direct listing on the New York Stock Exchange. The highly anticipated listing was slated for Wednesday, but Renaissance Capital recently reported it could be pushed back to September 29th. Either way, investors will be watching the latest tech go public with keen interest. Now, let's talk about what this stock does. The company detects patterns in large data sets and works with the U.S. government spy agencies, among others. It detects patterns in large data sets. I might have an issue with that. You know what I'm saying? I might have a problem with that because it sounds like the country is spying on me a little bit.
Really?
I'd think about that. All right, so I'm putting that out there. And Thiel is a PayPal Holdings. You get a lot of data there. Co-founder and an early investor in Facebook. You get a lot of data there. And Microsoft. You get a lot of data there. This guy is tied to a lot of data in regards to his company that he's going to put out there. I'm just putting out there. But when it says that it works with government spy agencies, which means more than one spy agency, amongst others, interesting. So it's a company that's coming out, and ain't nobody talking about it. Ain't nobody, not that I've heard of, and I just think that Big Brother might be watching, or Big Sister. All right, got to be PC nowadays. Could be Big Brother or Big Sister. I'm just putting that out there. But it's an IPO that's coming out. All right, another stock. Nike jumps on blowout Q1 earnings amid direct-to-consumer push. Well, a lot of companies are doing that. Instead of stores don't want to open up fully, what is a company supposed to do like Nike? They're going to start selling that. How many pairs of Nikes you own? Joey owns a lot of shit, a lot of sneakers. Did you buy any directly from Nike during all of this? Or did you still go to the store?
I buy both.
Well, he did both. So he ordered directly from Nike.
Really?
Yeah. And you know something? Listen, if I'm a company and I want to still get my products out there, I'm going to go do that the same way. You know what else this opens up? Alibaba, all right, which is the Chinese Amazon. BABA, that's another company that's rocking and rolling, selling directly to people. Amazon selling direct to people. Alibaba, that's where you can go. And you know something? All that stuff gets delivered to you. I got boxes in my office that Joey's trying to make me get rid of stuff that comes from Amazon. All right, I think we all have some boxes from Amazon in our house somewhere. You got boxes from Amazon? You throw yours away, don't you? Yeah. I mean, I'm a hoarder. I keep on this stuff. All right, so when I talk about Nike going up, how about Amazon? How about Amazon? I like both of these companies. Washington, this comes back to you. Companies to hold for the long term. I like Amazon. I like Microsoft. And it goes through an article which talks about which is a better buy. Instead of looking at the article, what I wanted to do is just let the VectorVest software really hash out which stock we thought was the better. But Washington, these are two good stocks that I wouldn't mind owning long-term. And one last stock, Precipio launches leukemia diagnostic panel. This is outside of COVID-19. You know, just because COVID-19 is hot and heavy, all the pharmas ain't just on COVID-19. This is on leukemia, all right? Has launched its Hemiscreen AML acute myeloid leukemia panel, both clinically in its CLIA laboratory as part of its Hemiscreen product offering. Laboratories can test the patient sample individually on the same day the sample is received, and labs no longer need to hold patient samples in order to fill batch. For those people, leukemia, anything dealing with cancer is just bad stuff. It's just a bad thing, and it's, you know, I think that any company that's out there still actively going after it needs to be mentioned, and this is a company that is making strides in that field. All right, and now I'll talk about Tesla again. Battery Day. Battery Day. What happened on Battery Day? Battery Day was great. We're going to do this, we're going to do that, but wait. You know what he said after that? He said, but wait. It's going to take 3 years for it to happen. Yeah. And you said to yourself, what? And you said, well, you know, what am I going to do with Tesla? So the stock went down. I think they got a lot of great things of what's going on with Tesla. They're going to put out this car that's $25,000 that's, you know, can drive itself. There's a lot of good things, but I think that whole Battery Day, I think I put a story up last week about them buying a lithium mine from Canada or in Canada to hone in on making their batteries better. There's a lot going on with Tesla, so that's where we stand. All right, let's do one last thing. Let's take a look at these stocks. Oh, did I already look at them? Oh, no. Nike is the stock. Look at that. The fourth stock in our list by our master indicator VST is Nike. Let's go look at Microsoft. Let's go look at Amazon and PRPO. Where's that at?
Going to do Tesla again? For stocks of interest.
Did I do it once? If I did it once, I'm not going to do it again for stock.
Energy, but you have it in
Oh, Lord. All right, I'll do Tesla again. I hate you, Joey.
We'll put them in the right spot.
Well, I still hate you right now.
We can move it over.
So you know what I'm going to do? All right, that's for you. All right, don't worry about it. Leave it alone. It's done. I got it up. Leave me alone. All right. So Nike, I do want to look at the Microsoft compared to Amazon. Microsoft trading at 202 with a value of 146. Stock is over its value. Amazon trading at $3,015 with a value of $11.36, also overvalued. Let's look at the upside potential. Microsoft relative value is at 1.19. It's got stronger upside potential than Amazon, which is resting at 1.04. Look at the safety, the stock's ability to meet or withstand exceed earnings expectations. Both of these companies are good, solid, safe stocks. Microsoft, 1.39 on relative safety. Amazon, 1.35 on relative safety. Both of them are being hurt right now, going down in price. Microsoft's got an RT of 0.90, Amazon 0.82. Both of them have good combination of value, safety, and timing with VSTs both above 1. Now, I do like that Amazon grows their earnings at a clip of 22% a year, where Microsoft grows theirs at a rate of 15% a year. These stocks look pretty good side by side. Let's analyze PRPO before we go look at all of the graphs. PRPO, the leukemia drug, slightly over its value. Upside potential really not there. And this goes a lot with pharma companies. The fundamentals are not there. And right now, even with the news, the stock's not in an uptrend. They do grow their earnings at a clip of 17% a year, but they have negative earnings. All right, let's go take a look. Let's view the stock graph. We already looked at Tesla. All right, and for Tesla, we already looked at, but this is Nike. Let's put this on a 3-month graph. Look at that. Nice bump up in Nike. Out of all of the stocks that I looked at today, this would be my stock pick of choice. This would be my stock of the week. Nike. Love the move, bottom left, top right. A little bit of a pullback, but grossly above that 20-day exponential moving average. Earnings is back on the rise again. Look at the volume. Been trading a lot above its average volume. RT is below 1, pulling back a little bit. If you own Nike right now, leave it alone. If you don't, I'd wait to see if the stock could take out that high first. All right. There's Microsoft. Now, I like Microsoft long term. Put that on a 1-year graph. Microsoft looks good. But right now, the stock is in a downtrend below that 20-day exponential moving average, having a hard time breaking above, but bouncing off a couple of levels of support. I do like that, but I want to see price action moving up. Love the earnings per share. Earnings tends to be the engine that drives a stock's price higher. All right. Right now, I'd really like to see the stock break out of that downtrend. Amazon doing the same thing, but I also like that it's bouncing off of support as well. So even though I'm looking at both Amazon and Microsoft, I like them both long term. But even with that, I'd need both of these stocks to break above the 20-day. Earnings looks great on both of them. I'm going to show you something. Let's go put on 2 stocks. I'm going to look at Amazon. There's Amazon and MSFT. Let's go look at them side by side. Put that on a 3-month graph. Put that on a 3-month graph. I like this capability. Folks, this is some good stuff right here. And look at them. There they are. Amazon, Microsoft. Earnings looks good on both. RTs are both below 1 right now. They're both... I like them both. I really need both stocks to get out of that downtrend. I don't have a preference over either one of them. They both have good earnings. They're rising earnings. I would just wait to see which one would break out above that exponential moving average. All right, there we go. So those are my stocks of interest. Any questions on those before we move over to Professor Profit? Any questions? Baba, great for options. I'm with that, Tom. It is the Chinese Amazon. Most will not wait 3 years for their flashlights to light up. I hear you, Joff. In regards to Elon Musk, that's the big thing that came out of Battery Day. A lot of great news, a lot of great information about batteries, about what they want to do. They were talking about a 1,000,000-mile battery charges, a lot of things, but 3 years to have to wait for it is interesting. How about selling iron condors on Microsoft or Amazon since the market's not going up? John, as long as the stock is staying in a channel, then the answer to your question is yes. So when I look at stocks like Amazon or Microsoft, they have to stay in a channel in order to sell that iron condor. Put this on a 3-month graph. That's where you make money. I've got to determine where my strikes were going to be based upon support and resistance. All right, and that's on both of them. All right, and as long as you can lock in your proper strikes, this looks like a good combination right here. 33.47. That's a big spread, though. I don't want that. That's too big of a spread. But as long as I can lock in a good combination of support and resistance, and as long as it stays in there, that's important. Now, you got to make sure that you're not bullish or bearish on the stock. Can we do that split in VV? Yeah, I did it in VV. I'm in VectorVest. I did that split from the graphing package. I did that from the graphing package right now. All right, which is better? I just made that statement, Hang Time. I don't have one that's better. I like them both, and they both are exhibiting the same characteristics, both in a downtrend by way of that moving average. I'm not ready to say which one is better. Whichever one breaks above the 20-day exponential moving average would be the one that I would take on. You can put the put side on now and wait for the bounce and put the long side on. In a due downtrend, I wouldn't do that. I wouldn't either do that yet, John, as well. And remember, if you're going to play an iron condor, it's got to be on a stock that you're not bullish or bearish on, a stock that is definitely sitting in the channel. Could you check the Nifty 50 after 3% fall yesterday? I don't check the Nifty 50 here. I'd actually have to go out to Invest Tools in order to see that. All right, Professor Profit, where you at? All right. So that was the question. Microsoft has nice dividend. Maybe that's the one I take. Overall is the one that has the better dividend. Microsoft does have that dividend. Let me add the parameter. Dividend paid. On Microsoft, it's $2.24. And on Amazon, there is no dividend. Maybe that makes the difference. That makes the difference. Maybe from a perspective of more payout, Microsoft pays a dividend where Amazon does not. All right. And Blink has an awesome 750 call for November 20th. I'm telling you, BLNK is a stock to take a look at. All right. Now it's time for Professor Profit. Let me close out of this. Let's go get Professor Profit to come on. Hey, did you check to see if Professor Profit, is he here?
I think so. He was in the break room.
He was in the break room? Can you go get him for me?
Let me run and grab him.
All right, go get Professor Profit. Play his music, though. Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Professor Profit. I have a PhD in deductive reasoning, and I'm glad to be here to analyze a stock market confession. So this week we have a confession, but Glenn sent it to me by way of an iPad so that we can look at it because Joey didn't write it up. That's what Glenn said. I don't know. So let's see what we can do.
Process button?
Not yet.
Okay.
Not yet. So the stock market confession was sent in by Bill Gray. Bill, are you here? All right, Bill, are you here? It was sent in by Bill Gray. Hopefully he's here so we can hear his confession. And actually, it was a good thing, not a bad thing, and we're going to analyze it. So let me get my graph up here. Joey will change it. I'm going to put my graph up here. We're going to take a look at this stock. All right, so as we look, let me read it off. Bill Gray said he got into a stock, LXU. Let's type that in. LXU. All right. Bill is not here. Somebody said nice hat. My Aunt Gracie gave it to me back when I was 17 years old. My head never grew. All right. So Bill got into LXU on 8/14 of 2020. Let's go find 8/14. We'll go put on the date line 8/13, 8/14. Look at that move. So a couple of things happened here. The stock broke above a moving average. Could he have gotten in earlier? Sure, could have. What else could he use to get in? RT. Look at RT going from below 1 to above 1. Could that have been a better entry opportunity? Absolutely. And that's how learning to use a VectorVest graph layout will help you get in a good time. But nonetheless, Bill got in a good rising volume day on this day. RT above 1, moving above a 20-day exponential moving, and look at that, breaking above the day before of a level of resistance and follow through. Holy smokes, that was a great opportunity. So he got in at $2.16. That was the close price on that day. And got out on 8/17. Let's go find the 17th. 8/19, 8/18. Got out the next day. Hold on. 8/14. Did we have a long weekend? Oh, that was it must have been on a Friday, and got out on Monday. Look at that. Whoa. Got out at a price of $3.02. Now, why did he get out? I'll tell you why he got out. He got out because there was a stock shown in the system called Show Me the Money. In the trading system. Remember, Glenn has been talking about a trading system of knowing when to buy, what to buy, when to sell. This was in a trading system. He found this stock, got in, he invested about $5,500. He got 2,500 shares. And it was up, and on that Monday, he was up 40%. You know what he did? He said, I'm not going to be greedy, and took that money. That was a great trade. And not every stock market confession is about a bad trade. But do you know what happened after that? Look at the pullback on the price. How many of you, as I smoke my pipe with nothing in it, how many of you would have gotten out? Or how many of you would have been greedy? Type in the room that you would have gotten out, or type in the room if you would have been greedy. Be honest. That's an honest question. That's an honest question. Type in the room, that's a nice move, and not being too greedy. 40% in a day, take that off the table. And you know something? I see that Roger says greedy. Nothing wrong with that. Everybody, look at you greedy people. Don't you know that bulls make money, bears make money, pigs make bacon? Do y'all want to be bacon? But that's all right. That's an honest answer. I'm okay with that. I'm okay with the honest answer. But you know something? Bill taught us something here. Bill taught us that not being greedy paid off. Because if you would have gotten out here on 8/18, the close price would have been $2.44. Would you have still made money? Yes, you would have. Would you have made as much money as Bill made? No, you wouldn't. Now, how many of you would have gotten out there? That was a bearish candlestick formation known as a bearish harami with follow through. Man, there was a lot of information to get you out of that, but that was a good trade. 40% one day, and there you go. So that's my stock market confession this week. It was a good trade, not a bad trade. So not every stock market confession is all about bad trades. That was a praise. That was a good trade. And Bill, outstanding, not trying to be greedy. And hopefully all you greedy folks out there, hopefully you learn. Stop being greedy. All right. So the problem is with that, Joey told me what to do, and I didn't do it. But it's just what I didn't do. Joey didn't say anything. So with that, I got to go. See you, folks. Bye. Can they see me? Wow. Sorry about that. Joey puts me back up on the screen, and I'm like, I didn't know.
It's right there.
Oh, my God. Hi, everybody. I'm back. Hey, Professor Prophet, thanks for being here. I appreciate that. Whew. All right. We're going to do this real quick before I get into my quick fire. Type a mug in the room. Type it now. Type it now. Type it now. Joey's going to pick somebody to get a mug. Type mug in the room. Do it now. 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 All right. I'm giving away a mug. All right. And then if you stay here until after my quick fire, I'm going to give away a free subscription. For those of you who stay with me after my quick fire of the stocks, I'll give you a free subscription for 30 days. A free trial subscription for 30 days. Joey's going to find out who's going to make it. All right, this is going to be real quick. Joey is just looking through. He's going to be real quick. He's going to come up with a name, and that's the person who's going to win the mug, and Joey will get it out to you. All right, Joey will get it out to you. All right, going once, going twice, 3 times. Go. Twaneen Carter. How do I spell? I can spell it. I just can't say it. Twaneen Carter. You want a mug. Congratulations. I wrote it down for you, Joey. How you say that? I'm got it all jacked. I just jacked up the name.
Twaneen.
Is it Twaneen? Oh, it's Twaneen.
It's Twaneen, bro.
Oh, whatever. All right. Twaneen Carter, you won the mug. There it is. Wow, thanks. There you go. Hang time. Stop typing mug in the room. It's done.
Tell her to email you.
Email me. Email me? Oh, Lord. Email me, Glenn T, 2 N's, GLENNT at VectorVest.com. If anybody else emails me, I'm finna find you. Don't email me. Don't be putting my email out there. Send that, email me so I can get you your mug, Twaneen. Did I say that right? Yeah. I still said it right? Twaneen. All right. So, congratulations to you. And if you stay with me after my quick fire, I will give away a free trial. All right, a free trial. Here we go. Real quick. What do I got to do? I got to hit. All right. Let's go take a look at your stocks on the fly. Hold on, Joey. Let me just get this up. All right. There you go. All right. So, AKAM. I got some stocks in here that were typed in earlier that I'm going to put in, like Logitech, LOGI, comma, Disney, comma, Starbucks, comma, PPSI. That sounds so nasty. Comma, IEA.
Let everybody know they can purchase a mug below the
video. You can purchase a mug below the video. All right. At our store. All right. KIDO. You can purchase a mug there. Gosh dang it. KID0. I don't have that. Somebody put that in there. Oh, don't tell me it erased everything. Oh, whew. Oh man, that would have hurt. All right. RAD, comma, Visa, comma, DHI, comma, LL. LL Cool J is hard as heck. I don't battle anybody. I don't care what you spec. I excel. They all fail. Oh, rock the bells. I just saw LL, so I went off on a tangent. Jets, JETS, Jets. I'm a Giants fan, though. Did I put ZI in there? I did. DBX. Couple of more. Only a couple of more. DBX is already in there. Couple more. C's. Comma. I need a new person. There you go. Fiverr? Yeah. All right, Joey, you got anything else you want? All right. Who else? Eric. ENPH. One more. Comma. Yabraj. Oh, I like that name. But I've already got that stock in the list. I've already got that. And Steve says APPS. All right, that's it. That's all my stocks. All right, now, Joey's going to put a link in the chat for you in regards to if I didn't get your stock, that you can get a free stock analysis from VectorVest. All right. Oh, let's go to 3-month graph. Akime. It's not a game. Isn't that a game company? Akamai? It is? Maybe. I think it is. I think it's Akamai. You're not saying it right. Sound it out. Use your letters. All right. Akamai. Huh? All right. Akamai. A little bit of a sideways channel right now. I'm not really thinking that I want to buy it now. This would have been a good opportunity to buy in when the stock bounced off support, broke above a moving average. Great opportunity. Right now, the stock is bouncing off of support. I'm not feeling warm and fuzzy about it. Let it get out of its own way before I pull the trigger. Long term, though, I do like the earnings per share. The stock does not pay a dividend. I'm going to keep that up there, too. Does not pay a dividend. I'm not ready to pull the trigger. If you own it, that's great. Remember another thing about learning how to analyze your stocks in VectorVest? I'm not sure why you should still be holding it. Look at this. RT went below 1 on 9.4. All right, that was a great opportunity to get out of this stock. Now, I'm waiting for the stock to stay above that 20-day exponential moving average, and how about RT going back above 1? Logitech, like that over the last 3 months, bottom left, top right, pull back here, nicely above the 20-day exponential moving average. Nice up day today. A little bit of profit taking going on. Not sure what happened. Nice up. It was as high as 76.98 today. It's $3 down from that point. It is clearly above the 20-day exponential moving average. RT is above 1. Earnings looks good. Once I'm in this, I wouldn't mind holding this for the long term as long as it stayed above that 20-day exponential moving average. Next stock, Disney. Woo, no, baby, that don't look so good. And you think with Mulan coming out that it should have done well, right?
Really?
Exactly. I would have felt the same way. But you know something? That stock is right now, the train has left the station right now. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on it. It is below the 20-day exponential moving average. RT is telling me that it's losing momentum. Earnings is falling. Yeah, I'm not feeling Disney right now. Not at all. Not saying that it's a bad stock. RV, look at that. Long-term price appreciation is below 1. Relative safety is slightly above 1. RT, yeah, I'm not feeling that stock right now. Not at all. All right, just keep that in mind. Just keep that in mind. I'm not feeling that. Not right now. Starbucks. As much as my wife loves Starbucks, I think it's her. She keeps Starbucks and Amazon in business with all of the coffee she drinks and all of the stuff that she buys on Amazon. Starbucks right now, look at the big drop off in earnings. I wonder if this was it's not a split. Yeah, look at that. Look at the drop off in earnings back here in early August. The stock's price is still, I'm not feeling Starbucks right now as well. Put this on a 1-year graph. Yeah, Starbucks is having some issues. Look at the big pull. Now, that was coronavirus. I understand that. But even since then, a lot more other companies in that space of food and restaurant have done a little better. Well, not overly better, but yeah, I'm not feeling it right now. Below the 20-day exponential moving average, RT is losing momentum. Earnings really catches my attention. I'm not feeling Starbucks. Earnings is the engine that drives the stock's price higher, all right? PPSI, what the flying flip is that? That stock's got a lot of jagosity going on, and it's got a lot of something. A lot of something that I don't want. All right, now big move today. This is a trade. RT is above 1. Look at the relative value and relative safety. The fundamentals of the stock are not there. Remember, relative value is the stock's upside long-term potential. Relative safety is an indicator of risk. There's no fundamentals behind the stock. The stock's earnings per share is negative. Yeah, this is a trade. This is probably news-driven. Not a stock that I want to hold long-term. And if this is like Bill's trade with LXU, then if you made some money on that, take your money and run. Run like Forrest. Run, Forrest, run. You need to run. That's one of those types of stocks right there. All right, just be careful with that. And notice where the stock stopped, where the stock's price stopped, right at that level of that high wick. All right, so it can't take out that wick. This is definitely news-driven. Next stock, IEA. I thought this was IKEA, but it ain't. Clean energy. You know I love me some clean energy, but this is not clean enough for me right now. Stocks below the 20-day exponential moving average just broke through a level of support at 419 and falling further. RT is below 1. Stock's in a downtrend. Earnings looks good. That's beautiful. But it's not the right time to be in this stock as the stock is coming off of the high of $6.80, which happened on 9/8. Fell. Down. Don't be down. Whoa. Currently below the 20-day. Not feeling IEA right now. Not the right time. Zoom, on the other hand. Everybody and their mama is zooming. Are you zooming? Mm-mm. I'm zooming. I zoom a lot for church. All right? I zoom a lot for other things. Zoom is a great play. I like it. Earnings looks good. Excuse me. RT is above 1. Stock, for the most part, has stayed above the 20-day. I like me some Zoom. Now, if I'm in Zoom and I see that the stock's price is moving down, let's do this. Let's go put on my trading indicators. 3 and the 8, stock's price just broke below the 3. If it breaks below the 3 and the 8, that's a good opportunity to take some profit. If you want to take profit now, it currently broke below the 3, you might want to take half off the table right now. Don't be greedy. Remember Bill's trade? Don't be greedy. Learn to stop being greedy. All right, so let's go put on the 20, put back on the 20, take off the 3 and the 8. I use the 3 and the 8 both for swing trades and trades. I like the 20 for a good middle-of-the-road equity curve. Rite Aid. Ooh, what's going on with me? Some Rite Aid. It ain't doing much. How about the stock's price did break above the 20-day final level of resistance and did what? fell hard like a bag of rocks, all right, which fell through another level of support here of $12.19. RT, even on that rebound, see that? RT was below 1. This is a smart indicator, folks. Only found in VectorVest. That's a smart indicator. And the RT never got back above 1. Earnings is getting better for the stock. I'm not ready until the stock can break through now 2 levels of resistance here and here before I'm comfortable with it. All right, next stock, Visa. Visa is also always a mainstay. Not the right time to be in the stock right now. Stock's price broke below that level of support, sitting at 198.84, still falling below. RT is below 1. How could you have gotten out of Visa a little earlier? How about when RT fell below 1 at 9.4, where the stock's price was at 204, instead of waiting $10 more to still be in it? Folks, for those of you who have not taken a trial, take it. 99 cents for 30 days. Look at that. This is a beautiful way to not just look at a stock, but make money in the market. That's what this is all about. DHI, the builders have been on the move. Lumber is picking up money, though, picking up in value. But DHI, bottom left, top right, love it. Earnings looks good. RT still above 1, pulling back a little bit, right at a level of support. Watch that. Always look at where stock is trading to support and resistance. At support, it could bounce, but I like that it's right at that level of 20-day. If I'm not in it yet, I'd like to see it break above that value of 75.60. All right, what else? Lumber Liquidators. Another one that looks good that's just getting hit right now. Never, when you've got this much profit in a stock, never give it back. Use a moving average. In this case, RT never went below 1, but below that moving average and breaking through support, both, that was a good opportunity to get out of the stock. All right, Dbx Dropbox. No. That's all I got to say about that is just no. Train has left the field. All right, train has definitely left the field. Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Are you picking up what I'm putting down?
Yeah, absolutely, because that stock's not the right thing to be in. I love the earnings per share. I like it. RT tells me the stock's moving down below the 20-day exponential moving average, below 2 levels of support. Yeah, I'm not feeling that. Now, Zoom Infotech. I like the bounce off support. RT is not above 1. Even though I like the bounce off support, I need some confirmation with RT. Folks, take the 99-cent trial. You'll get this on any stock you want. I'd really like. Now, if anybody does take the trial for 99 cents, as I've been talking about it, make sure you use the YT link, vectorvest.com/YT. That way we know that we got you from YouTube. All right, I'm not feeling ZI just yet. Let's wait for RT to get above 1. On jets, airplanes, they still haven't gotten stimulus yet. These stocks were going up because there was anticipation. I did a story on this a couple of weeks ago. They were looking at the anticipation of possibly getting some stimulus. It ain't happening yet. It's still falling. RT's below 1. Earnings per share is not going to show up on here because it's an ETF. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on the airlines yet. Seas, Leisure World, sort of like Disney. Right now, pulling back is below the 20-day exponential moving average. RT is falling, not below 1 yet, but price activity is showing me that it's below the 20-day. If you're not in it, leave it alone. If you are in it, you might be thinking about taking some of that off the table. Wow, Pfizer, that looks like an airplane just taking off like nobody's business. Love that stock. Love that stock. Definitely moving. It was in a channel, broke out, broke back in. But look at that 20-day. Look at that move. Earnings have gotten from worse to better. The company's turned around its management. Now they've got positive earnings. If you're not in it, I'd wait to see if the stock could take out that high. If I am in it, leave it alone until the stock breaks below that 20-day exponential moving average. ENPH, also a stock that I like in a channel right now. I'm not ready to pull the trigger on it. Even if it breaks above the 20, let's see the stock get out of that channel. Earnings on ENPH has always been impeccable, but things happen with this stock. And blah, 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 blah. Right now, currently, the stock is in the channel. Leave it be. All right. And last but not least is apps. Also love that. Taking off like an airplane. Where's my airplane? Why do I can't? There it is. That's another stock that I like. Fiverr and apps are 2 good stocks to take a look at. RT is falling. Earnings looks good. The stock is still above the 20-day exponential moving average. If I'm not in it, Let's see it take out the high first. If I am in it, if the stock's price breaks below the 20-day exponential moving average, you'll get it. Woo! One last thing. All right, Joey, bring my chat back up. Good stocks today. A lot of good stocks today. All right, now, if you want a free trial, type trial in the room. All right, I know it's a 99 cents, but some of you may not want to spend 99 cents. I'm going to give somebody a free trial to the VectorVest software for free. That's even better than 99 cents. Nobody, not trial, not channel. How come nobody understands? Trial. Type in trial. Oh, Lord. Can't y'all understand Glennies? Can't y'all understand some Glennies? How long have you been here? OMG. Trial. Sigh. I'm sighing.
You're getting a lot now. You're getting
Oh, my God. Somebody said try. Somebody said channel. Trial. All right. Joey's going to pick somebody. It can only be for somebody who's not a subscriber. Do not, if you're a subscriber, don't type it in here. This is only from my non-subscribers. And if I pick you and you're a subscriber, you're going to get a tongue lashing. I'm telling you. You're fitting to get, did you really put flannel? No, it's not 2 months. Stop trying to take more than what I'm giving you. OMG. Stop trying to take more than what I'm giving you. I'm giving you a little bit, and you're trying to take a lot. All right. Don't make me yell at chat. All right. So, Joe, we got the mug, and now for the trial. Let's see. Going once, going twice, 3 times a lady. It's Karina Johnson. Karina Johnson for the trial. Hey, Karina. Somebody said indoor boy. Karina, do you have a trial of the software? I told you. Don't get me started. Karina, are you a current subscriber to the software? Subscriber lives matter. Did you really type that, Mark? Karina, do you have a trial of the software? Please tell me no. Please tell me no. All right, I'm just checking. She may not be answering because she could be like, uh-oh, I got a trial. All right. I hope you ain't got no trial. You are on a trial. I said to the people who don't have a trial. I said that. I did say that, right? Joey, pick somebody else. Karina, as much as I love you to death, it's got to be only people who are not on a trial. Not on a trial. All right. Sorry, Karina. You're already on a trial. Sigh. How do I have now? Pick somebody. You got to pick.
I'm working.
Okay. I'm sorry, Karina, but thank you for supporting the channel. I said that. Only for people who don't have it. Rafael Nunez. That's for the trial. Rafael, tell me you ain't got no trial. Scroll all the way down.
God dang.
I know, Karina. I love you too. All right. So, Raphael, please tell me you're not on a trial. Oh, Lord. Here we go. Don't have it. Now you do. You're on a free trial. I'm going to put you on a free trial. All right. So now everybody else was saying, I'd like to try. I'd like to be on a trial. Pony up 99 cents. It's 99 cents for 30 days, folks. If you like what you hear and you wanted to get a trial for free, I know this 99 cents will get you a 30-day trial. Come on, folks.
How are you going to get Raphael's trial?
How am I going to get Raphael? I'm going to go to Raphael. Text me. Go to my email, Glenn T, Glenn, Glenn T at VectorVest.com. Email me your phone number. All right? Email me your phone number, Raphael. For everybody who does not have a trial, if you like what you see here, folks, take it for 99 cents. Joey, put the link in there. There it is. He already did. Click on that link. And it is for a 99 cents. All right. So there we go. All right. I'm done. We lost everybody. All right, we pretty much lost after Professor Prophet. Everybody left. That's all right. I like Professor Prophet. Do you guys like Professor Prophet? Type in yes or no. If not, guess what? If you don't like it, get over yourself. Because I like Professor Prophet, and a lot of people like Professor Prophet. How long is the basic course? When you say the basic course, what do you mean the basic course? I'm not sure what you're asking, Jamba. I'm not sure. I've been a subscriber for 1 year. Well worth every penny. Thank you for that, Roger. Let these non-subscribers know. Let my non-subscribers out here know what it's like to have a subscription to the software. Professor Prophet needs his own show. Mark, that may happen. If I get enough traction for Professor Prophet, he might have his own show. Yeah, everybody do this. If you want to put your confession on, go to www.vectorvest.com/confession. You folks, we got to get more confessions. I need more. Professor Prophet needs more confessions. Yeah, he does. Professor Prophet needs more confessions. www.vectorvest.com/confession. Sign up for more confessions. All right. For any questions, type in this number, Joey. 88. Type in the product support number. You know it. If you got any other questions about the program that I haven't talked about today, give our product support staff a call. All right. So with that, I gotta go. I've been a subscriber for a number of years and well worth the money. You'll be happy. Thank you, Ninja. Is that the ninja who's on the games? How you know?
Because his name is just Ninja.
Oh, okay. All right, folks. Adios, arrivederci, ciao, au revoir, sayonara, aloha, salam, shalom, namaste. Peace. We're out of here.